Hello everyone, welcome back to another Blender video. And in today's video, I'm going to be making the outro I'm going to use for my future videos. So what we're going to do, I'm going to delete this cube, and in add, I'm going to add text, RZ90, enter, RY90, enter, and now it's in the upright position. I'm going to go into edit mode, and now I can paste my YouTube link here. Now I'm going to go back into object mode. I'm going to right click on the object, and I'm going to click set origin, and I'm going to choose origin to center of mass volume. And that's going to basically put it into the middle. So now I'm just going to move that into the middle and Control Alt 0 if you have a numpad. If you don't, then you can just align your camera by this, so 90 0 90 in rotation, that is. And I'm going to increase the size of my YouTube link a little. So I think that looks good. Now I do want to change the font here. So in font, let's see. Kind of like the Calibri italics. Let's try that. Open font. I think that looks good. So now that we have our font, we are going to move our object into the middle again. And we're going to S to scale, and we'll scale it a little. Let me just set origin to center of mass again. And now it's in the middle. So I think that's a good position. And the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to convert this into a mesh so I can color it. So now that we've converted our text to a mesh, what we can do, I'm going to go into our output properties or render properties, and I'm going to click on bloom. Now I'm going to go to my world properties, and I'm going to change the world color to black. So now if you go into rendered mode, everything is black. I'm also going to delete my light because I do not need a light. So now I can go into shading, and what we're going to do, so I made a new material. We're going to name this material white, enter, and then we can go down, and our emission is also going to be white. Here, I'm going to change the emission strength to about 4. And that's pretty bright, so as you can see in our rendered view, it's actually pretty bright. I am also going to rename my text to subscribe. Now I can go back into shading. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into edit mode. I'm going to make a new slot, and new. We'll make that slot, we'll make the color for that later. For now, let's choose our letters. So I'm going to zoom in and B to box select. I'm going to choose all of the letter. I'm going to take all of the faces in the first letter. So there. That did take a little time, so I will be speeding this part up. So I'm going to just continue this. Alright, so now we have all of our faces selected. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to move up, and I'm going to make this base color a dark green. It's like that. I'm going to move down, and I'm going to change the emission color to a light green. I just realized that I did this in white, so let me just redo that. Oh no, stop reselecting it. Okay, so we can change white later. Or actually, let's just change it back now. So again, make the emission color a light green, and we're going to change the emission strength to 4. Or actually, no, change it to 6. 6 in this case, because it's sort of like a different color than white, it should be a little more, the emission strength should be more, basically. So, oh wait, sorry, I did in the subsurface. So I meant to do it in base color. So like that, and then I can assign this, and then I can go back to white, and I can make the base color white again. So about that, and I'll do the same thing here. Now, of course, if you miss some spots, you can go back into edit mode and B to box select, and we can just assign this. And also, I am going to name this as green. And once you're done with the first few letters, I am going to be adding colors to Gamer in 2010. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to again speed up this part so you don't have to watch it, or you can just skip it because it's the same thing we just did. Okay, now that we're done, what we can do, we can finally animate it. So I'm going to start off by, where is it, 60th frame, location, rotation, and scale, and I'm going to click on subscribe and do that. And then at the 30th frame, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna super, like, extremely scale this down, make it extremely small. Like, basically you can't see it anymore. Can you see that you cannot see it anymore? So I location, rotation, and scale. I'm gonna go to 0. I location, rotation, and scale. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the particle properties, and I'm going to add a system. And here, what I'm going to do, at frame start, I'm going to put 180. That's when I basically want my text to disappear. And in this case, we're trying to break it into like shards and make it dissolve. So my end frame is going to be 240, and my lifetime should be 250. And I'm going to end this animation at 280 to give it some life, to give it some time. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the modifiers tab, and I'm going to add the explode modifier. So what this does, if I click cut edges, you can see that it's basically falling apart. But there are these spheres. I don't want those spheres. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back into our particles, and I'm going to click on viewport display. I'm going to display this as none. So now, if you look at the animation, it's just everything falling apart. I do also want to make this look a little better, so I'm going to check rotation here. I'm also going to open up rotation and check dynamic. And then in physics, I'm going to change the mass to 3 kgs. So now, let's play this video back. Well, I think that looked pretty good. And this is what I am going to be using for my outro or intro for the next, like, every project basically, every video. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.